client script best practices or scripting best practices. Okay, this is little bit of important thing. Okay, why? Because we write scripts, but if you follow little bit of practices now, like kind of best practices or something, it works in a proper manner than just blindly writing it. Okay, so see here there are few. Okay, first important thing is, okay, just to use comments, as much comments as possible, try to use. So use comments. Okay, how I can justify this particular statement is, see, you written one code here. Okay, so in a traditional matured process now, how the actual developers, maybe if we have any full stack developers or Java developers or C developers now, they know how the first line of code they will start is something like, they will start like this. Okay, something like date, what is the date today? 14th 10, okay, 2022. Okay, and why it is created? Is there any ticket or a story? Let's say there is a story. Okay, where why we are doing this development? For that story we are doing development. So story, okay, str 000123, and the purpose of the story, make, okay, so like this we will start with the, the mature developer or mature process. Why we need to write it, ma? Any developer, full stack developer, is that statement correct? We will start like this. Okay.
So we can keep a track of the work which we are doing on a daily basis.
Yes. So that may be one thing, and see, maybe
Stories.
story.
In future,
Uh,
new person came into the project, they can
that is,
understand.
yeah, that is that is one of the good point, and other points are also good points. Okay. Main thing is, we are not only supporting this particular track, and we don't know when we will resign and leave the company, right? So we are working for a project, and maybe tomorrow someone will come and try to understand this. So why they did, when they did. First thing. Second thing, let's say first V1, let's say V1.0. Also write like this. Okay. After 2 months of time, okay, there is some change in this requirement. Okay. So they changed some more thing. So V 2.0. In this 2.0, okay, you did something else. What you did, maybe you can write here. Allowed allows this, okay, for ITL and,
Admin.
okay, maybe some ABC role. So you use ABC role also here. Instead of exactly, you change something else. Okay, list has role, from list something you keep it, has roles, and then you change it. So you are only, this is the purpose, ma. I don't want to speak much. You understood, right? What I mean to say.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So this is one of the best practice, not only for client script. Any script you write, you may need to follow these kind of standards. Okay, first thing. Second thing is, okay, client script. Avoid client script. Okay. Why? If I want to avoid client script, what is the alternative?
UI policy.
Give action.
UI
Give
action,
policy.
not UI policy, ma. UI action. Okay. UI, sorry, it's UI policy, not UI action. Okay. Whenever you have a chance to write, okay, and if you can able to do using UI policy, try to do it. Okay. But first option is UI policy, and then script. Why? Because when you are writing a script, when it is executing on a farm level, okay. So see here, we can't see generally, but already when you are loading a form, these many scripts will run. Okay, see here. Now when you load a form, now knowingly or unknowingly, these many scripts will run in the backend. So by default it will run, and your script also will run. The more scripts you write, the more load you are keeping in the form level. Okay, so try to reduce it so that the performance of the form also will be little faster. UA policy is not a script, so it will be done without script, so it will run as a other way, so bandwidth will be little less. Correct ma? Yes, no? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So third thing is, let's say you are writing a script, that to client script. Okay. uh okay, what are the other ma? I think I forgot it. One second. This is fine, this is fine. Global should be of global client script, we need to write it. There is a, okay, people will say don't write global client scripts ma. Okay, but it is difficult. Okay, to avoid global client script. Okay, the statement na, telling it is easy but following it is difficult, but what is the meaning of it, try to understand. So if I say what is the meaning of this particular field here, global?
View.
The scope of
View specific.
It will run over all the instance like
No, no, no,
global.
it runs on the
View
every
of the
view.
form.
Okay, every view. If I say unview, so we can check only one view, so that means try to write client script view specific, then it runs on every view. That's what the meaning of this line, but generally we can't follow it, it is very difficult to follow. Okay, if you are following this one means you are trying to be very specific, that is again you are trying to reduce the load of the form, right? So let's say I am following this method. What is the output of this particular step ma? If I follow it, what will happen? Instead of loading this particular script for all the views, I am running it
It
for
applies for the particular view only.
particular view. That means you are reducing the load. Time, right? Ultimately, you are reducing the load. Correct?
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
But
Exactly.
it is difficult. The meaning is correct, but we can't choose a specific every time and then see. Let's say I have 10 views. Okay, and my client script needed in 5 views. I can't create 5 views. I can't create maybe client script for 5 views. 5 times I can't write it. So practically this is little difficult, but just read it as statement. Okay. Now there is something called get reference. Okay. What is the get reference?
Use
Get
to
a
get data from
reference
reference
Uh,
fields.
so
Object.
get reference is to get the
always use the callback
reference
function.
field value into an object. Okay, you can use get reference and then dot work to do activities from client side. So when you are using get reference now, try to use callback function. Okay, what is callback function? So see here, I will write a simple code. Okay, so see g form where, okay, maybe usr equal to, okay, g form, okay, get reference and one, just to say camel mo after this point no, after this particular topic, just someone please pronounce camel, that's it. Okay, why, don't ask, I will tell. Okay, so color, maybe name, this is the field name. Okay, so and I'm getting the get reference now, so what I can do is I want to set a value, so g form, okay, set value of, maybe there is a field, maybe u underscore first name. Okay, so usr dot, what I need to write here, if you practice maybe you will get it. I want to set the first name.
Field name.
What is the field name?
The first name.
Name.
Can you spell it please? What I need to write exactly, can someone spell it?
You
First
underscore
underscore
follow
name.
underscore name.
First underscore.
Okay, so this is the line I can write, but what service now or what is the best practice is when you are using get reference now, use dot work, sorry, use callback function. So what is the callback function is, okay, something you can write like this. Okay, and function, maybe I need to check the, I think correct only. right? So this is how I need to write populated. Now I say populate. I can say populate also, right? I think syntax is correct only, right? So now the same line, the same code, I am using, okay, a callback function. Okay. So what is this callback function will do is, see here, if we want to understand the callback function, now don't see this particular code. Okay. You know that it will work. Okay. The other way it will work, this way also it will work. But every time, see here, get reference you are using, correct? So when you say get reference, okay, you are getting the user or whatever the reference field data into an object, correct? So USR USR is object. In other words, okay, the record data, whatever the reference field is. Is that correct? Everyone, is that correct, ma?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now,
Yes, sir.
Sir.
when I say USR dot maybe manager, you are going to server, going to that record, getting one value. So when I say USR dot manager, where this information is there, ma? It is there in server user table, correct?
Yes.
So when you are saying USR
Yes.
dot first name, knowingly or unknowingly, it is going to server and getting the value from server to client. Everyone, is that correct statement?
Yes, sir.
So
That's true.
let's say, okay, you didn't use this format. Okay, you written in a normal way. So let's say you written in this way. You are not using populate. Okay, you are not using this way. You are writing this way. Okay, try to understand. It is easy only. Okay, okay. So see, I am right. Even that flower bracket is also not required because there is no if condition or something. You are getting a object and then you are setting a value and going to server, getting the value and then setting it. What if, okay, when, so this line will execute immediately, fraction of second this line will execute. In that fraction of second it needs this value, correct? Let's say from server to client the incoming is getting delayed maybe for just 2 seconds. So I am saying when you are using it, it will go to server, get the value and then use the value to set the value. Okay, so it is going there, getting it, getting the fruit and then giving it. So the journey took little late. This will not work. Even though it executes, it will not work. It will not get the value. Is that correct? You are getting that point, ma? It is a very thin line.
Sir, with the use of callback function, is it guaranteed that we get the value?
Guaranteed, yes. So until this function executes, okay, get the value, set the value, this will not move. So here you are saying when you are saying callback function, we are asking to wait until you get the value. Here you are not instructing anything to wait.
So it's a quite safer approach to have a callback.
Yes, ma. Callback means execute when you needed it. Yes.
Yes, sir, clear.
Everyone clear, ma?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yes.
Can you explain again, sir?
Okay, ma. So see here, I ask you. So let's say I came to your house, okay, and you are preparing a coffee. Okay, I sit in hall, okay, and you went to maybe kitchen and then preparing a coffee. Okay, so I asked you here. This is an ask, and then I'm expecting a coffee here. Okay, let's say you went to kitchen and then preparing a coffee. It took 5 minutes. Okay, and the execution, right? So here the amount of the execution, this line execution and this line execution, you don't have that much time. I can't wait 5 minutes. So if it delayed more, maybe I will leave. So this will fail. Correct? I make and wait
Yes.
only for 2 minutes.
Yes, sir.
So here normally line by line code execution we see now how the code will execute one line and then next line and then next line. So
Yes.
here you are executing this line, fine, and then immediate second this is executing. And in order to execute this one successfully, you need this value. But how you get the value? You need to go to server, get the value, and then keep it here. So the journey, if it takes little more time, it may execute, but it will not function. as you expected. Correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
But if you use callback function until it go get come, this will wait. So this only happens on successful execution. Until
So does it mean performance will be sluggish with callbacks?
will be ma. You want tea. You need to wait. You need a filter coffee. You need to wait for 10 seconds, 10 minutes. Performance is this is a special case now. You need the values now.
Yeah, right, sir.
Performance, yes. If you say Ajax, server calls, everything, yes, we need to wait. But yes, expected no. Instead of see, let's say we can't wait, it fails, then sometimes it will fail, sometimes it will pass. Then that is a completely wrong, no? Wrong development, right? Instead of
Yes.
getting wrong
Yeah.
things, maybe we can wait and have the coffee, filter coffee, and then leave. Say,
Yes. Yes.
yeah. So call back. Everyone clear to this point, ma? Can I say everyone clear?
Yes, sir.
So
Crystal clear.
crystal clear.
Yes, sir. It's clear.
So writing using a callback function when you are using get reference is the best practice. And just to write, so just if you just go to maybe here and look for the documentation also, the documentation also will tell the same dialogue. Okay, so just refer it. G form now. This is one of the very important question also, my interview question.
So, what is the technical definition of this callback function?
Actually, the callback function is not service no concept, ma. It is a core development concept.
Generic one.
Sorry, ma.
It's a generic one.
Generic one, yes,
Like
generic one. So see here somewhere callback will be there. I think see here and here also somewhere they will say okay the callback function is invoked. If the callback function is not present, this routine runs synchronously. Synchronously means immediately. Asynchronously means wait. Okay, whatever we discussed, I think it is written in technical manner. Okay, maybe just read it. If you understand, fine. If you don't understand, leave it. But what we spoken is meaningful. I I try to keep it in a simple way. The web pages and documentation will be little odd sometimes. So your wish. Now you know the meaning. So whatever is convenient, you can try.
So callback is nothing but it will wait for some time till it gets value, and then the code will be
Yes,
executed.
ma'am. See,
Okay, thank you.
we are not going deeper now. So when we say server side script, that time script include will come. Script include that time now. We also now I didn't discuss much deeper. Okay, but that time there are two words will come: synchronous, asynchronous. Okay, so synchronously, asynchronously. To understand these two, now maybe full stack developers, if anyone are here, not only full stack developers, they use these words very oftenly. Okay, so execution of code. Okay, execution of codes, two codes. Okay, two ways. One way is synchronously, means continuously run it, run one by one. Asynchronously means you can separate it. Okay, here you are separating it. Here you are running synchronously. So this is little deeper concept. If I speak more, it will confuse you. Okay, but you got it, na? So leave it. What is callback function? Okay, call whenever you need it. That is callback function. Execute, invoke whenever you need it is callback function. So here I am invoking whether it is required or not. But here I am invoking when I want it or whenever it is executed. Make sense? Sound. So next point is something called DOM manipulation is there. Okay. So avoid DOM manipulations. So DOM document object manipulation something is there ma. Okay. If instead of saying this way, okay, avoid HTML or DHTML code in client script. Okay. So this point is clear. I'm not explaining DOM manipulation because it is little confusing, but in a simple way, don't write HTML code in client script.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Why? Yes is fine, but why?
Okay, sir.
code complexity.
So because
Security reasons.
mm,
You're able to change it up.
Build may upgrade
okay, so security
structure of the
reasons,
build.
build upgrade. Okay, so let it be simple. Okay, so see here, every time ServiceNow upgrades, it will upgrade its own functions, own methods and all. Okay, so the gform, guser have their own structure, own libraries. The first today when we started our scripting classes, now maybe we try to see what is library, how the scripting runs, executes, understand. So understand in the sense I write okay this line gform dot set read only and then pass these two values. How exactly system knows that when you see this one and you see this value, do this action. There is a function defined in the library. Okay, so ServiceNow has its own world of coding. Now HTML is completely different. If you start writing HTML here, as it is a form, it works. But tomorrow, if it is upgraded, it may work, it may not work. Now only ServiceNow is telling it is maximum, it is not supporting HTML code. It is stopped, it is stopped. So whatever the code dependency are there, it is trying to implement functions here only. Okay, maybe tomorrow on one day suddenly ServiceNow will come. I don't support HTML at all. Then you are getting this point.
Yes, sir.
Yes, right. So this is we already have so to do anything in form level, you have its own defined script and methods and libraries. When you have your own, why you need to write HTML code here? That is the simplest thing. Makes sense, everyone? You all agree? Anyone want to object it?
No.
Right.
No, sir.
Okay. So these are the primary. I think still we have few more, but these are at least enough now. Okay. If this is one of the important question, okay, and try to understand then answer. Don't blindly read it and answer. Okay, these five at least fine. Still we have few more. Maybe if you start seeing it. Okay. Whenever you have server side, okay, use Ajax. Okay. Ajax is script include. If you want to get something from server side, okay, use script include and Ajax call. Okay, and don't write glide record in client script. Okay, glide record is to do server side operations. Okay, don't use it at all in client side. Okay, if you use it, will work, but you are making so much of heaviness in the client side because it will work on server side. So if you want to understand this last 2 points now, you need to wait. These are completely server side topics, but that time you will get it automatically. We will explain it indirectly or directly. Okay, ma? So these are the best practices of client scripts. Make sense?